Hey guys, this is A Renee from Journal, Jot, and Job. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, welcome to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all. Alright, it's that time. I have not done a video like this in a couple of days. Maybe last week was when I did the last one. My debt confession. I got a lot of credit card debt. Alright, so by the title, it will say my debt confession or debt confession. You have to write it down. It's not going to go away. Something along those lines. Alright, y'all, so I spent pretty much the first half of the day reflecting, going back through notes, emails, and today I said, okay, we cannot keep running away from this problem. If I can teach y'all anything, call your credit card companies. I'm going to say it again. Call your credit card companies.
So if you are a person that has 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 credit cards and you are overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed because you won't pay attention and you won't look at what's going on. Talking to the self. Talking to the self right now. No, talking to myself as well, y'all. Okay, so what's happening with a lot of people, and hold on, let's go ahead and put this disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, consultant, or none of the above, because if I was, we wouldn't be sitting on here talking about how we're going to pay this credit card debt off. But that's also not a true statement, because there are a lot of people who are in the finance industry, but they don't even have their finances in order, but they can tell you how to do yours, right? So I don't know why I even said that. But anyway, I'm not an expert. I am going through a process and I'm just taking y'all on the journey with me. So as I learn things, I will bring them to you. All right, so this morning I spent a lot of time. Let's change this view. Hold on one second. All right, okay, so I'm back. So this morning I spent a whole lot of time. Now for my sticky note lovers, like this is real cute right now, but it's not going to work for the things that you want to get done. And I know some of y'all who zoom in and pause and say,
oh my God, is our credit score really a false function?
Yes, it is, honey. It was up in the sixes earlier last year, on its way to the sevens. And when you don't pay your bills on time, y'all, and especially credit card bills and utilization and all of that, it will tank your score faster than, I don't even have a comparison, it will tank your score.
All right, so I used to be at the point where I was just so overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, is my credit score ever going to get up? But right now we can't focus on that until we focus on this and other things that I need to get under control. All right, so I know some of y'all might be like, well,
why are you doing your credit card?
Man, I owe y'all a dime.
Why are you doing your credit card totals and amounts?
So remember, one of the things that I mentioned to you all is I need to get an additional job, but I really need to see what I owe in all areas. Like, it doesn't make sense to go look for a job and I don't know how much I really need to make. So I need to know what I need to make in totality, and I wanted to get this under control. All right, so let's talk about what I do have. I have a lot of credit cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. Okay, and this is something I did. All right, so I have 7 credit cards. So today I logged into every single account. Some I had to create a new password because to show you how much I was running away from it and not paying attention to it. So I did all of that. I then went back through a notebook that I have. Let's see, is there anything on here that y'all can't see? No. So this is a notebook where I write a whole bunch of stuff. It's almost completed, so I won't be writing a lot in here. And I went back to see what I set up with some creditors before. Again, when you get into these slumps where you don't pay attention to what's going on or you don't have it written down, you forget. Y'all, I already had stuff set up with a couple of companies. So my Discover card, I did a program where I was paying like 68 something for, I think it was 3 or 4 months, and it would bring it current. Excuse me, my word. I'm sorry, y'all. And so I went in there and it was over, let's see where we are, y'all. It was over by, at the time, my balance was literally over by $18.84. This goes to show you that when you don't log in and check in, you're just making small expensive mistakes. So what I did was I went ahead and I paid $20.84 to bring it over the amount underneath the total. And then Discover has a program where you can put yourself on a multiple payment plan to bring you back current. So I set myself up with that particular program, and I'm going to write all of this stuff down in notes where it makes sense in my notebook. This is why I opted to keep a separate notebook so I'm not all over the place, because I have this it's not working to have it all over the place. All right. So another one I have a program with is my Alio card. And y'all, I forgot that I set up this program. Trifling. Do you hear me? Trifling. This is what happens when you don't write or you don't type the things that need to go. All right, so this particular program, for 6 months, I pay $10, and it keeps me from getting late fees and all of those things, right? So then the next one I called Credit One. And so with Credit One, you have to call them every single month, and you literally can see what programs they have if you're dealing with a financial hardship. And so that particular one, they pay the minimum balance for 6 months, but the only thing that does occur is your interest pays. But your interest shows up on your statement, and y'all, that was like $15. So it's just one of those things. Log in. Call the companies. When they call, stop ignoring them. Because, honey, I was ignoring them all last month. Because I just was like,
I'm getting audited by the IRS. I can't think straight. I can barely buy people gifts for Christmas. It was just a whole lot of ignoring and getting nowhere.
So today I said, you know what? You're not doing that. Go ahead and call. Go ahead and face the music. All right. So that's the Credit One. That one ends on the 9th. And then I just called one of my other creditors. No, let's go over to this one. So Mission Lane. Girl, how many dimes you gonna owe? You're gonna owe a whole lot. So Mission Lane, they have new programs. So initially I was on another one where they would do a statement minimum, but this particular program is a month-to-month program. While you're in a financial bind, you pay $15 per month, and what it does is it keeps the late fee. It doesn't add a late fee, but interest will still be added. And then you call back on the day after your statement date releases, and you say, hey, I need to do this again, and that will last for 3 months. And then another one that she mentioned, when you are in a position to pay your minimum balance due, ask the question if any programs are available so that they can bring that amount down. So that was really, really cool. And I know I'm saying a lot of this fast, and some of y'all are like,
Girl, can you say it again?
No, I cannot, because I got to write it all down to make more sense to me. But I just wanted to share with you what I have found out so far. Now, I do have one credit card company, honey. They don't care nothing about nothing. They was like, yeah, we can't help you. If we help you, you'll have to close that card out. I'm going to think about that and call them again and see what other programs they may have. And if they keep saying the same thing over, depending on where I am within the next 2 to 3 months, if I have to go that route, they can close it out. My credit score is already tanked right now, so if it tanks then, it's not like I can't bring it back up. Okay, so that's where we are. So in today's video, I am going to go in and do a couple of things in the monthly section, because I was looking at, hey, when are certain credit card bills due? I just need to see it in my planner for the due dates. And then I'm also going to set up a page for each credit card in my notebook. All right, so that is what we are gonna do. Again, I know I probably said a whole mouthful, and y'all like, girl, I can't catch on. Just go back and watch. Just go back and watch and get what you can get. And as the videos go on, they'll get a little more crisp. But right now, we ain't crisp. Right now, we still cooking, trying to figure these things out. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, y'all, so I have plugged in all the information in here off of my sticky notes. And so you did see one additional credit card added, but that's something totally different I have to add in, and that's not the main focus point right now. So I went out here, so where you don't see any, I'm gonna still put notes. Where you don't see any notes so far, this particular creditor was not willing to work with me in the manner that I could commit to. So there's that. So I am over by, let's see. All right, so I'm over by $122.47, but my past due balance is $170.23 right now. It will go up by February, so I have to figure out how to tackle that one. So then when we go over to Capital One is fine. I'm current with Capital One, so I didn't have to set up any payment plans or anything like that. And then where y'all see statement dates, I'm going to go in and write the statement dates. We'll talk about statement dates a little bit later, but I need to go in and write each one of those. Credit One, we have a credit limit of $600. I am over by $57.58. You see where a minimum of $33 is due, but remember I set up an arrangement with them, so they will pay my minimum for, what is it? They'll pay my minimum for, is this one, 6 months, and interest will be charged. So what I'll do is go in each month, look at the interest, and pay that interest. The Discover card, the credit limit is $100. Initially, when I did my sticky notes, this little cough is annoying. When I did my sticky notes, it was over the amount, but I did go in and I made a payment today, which brought it to $998. Due date is on the 28th. I enrolled in a multiple payment plan. So with Discover, you can go on their website and see what plans they have available. Once I pay these two amounts, it will bring my account all the way current. Even though you see me under the limit, it's not current. I'll not describe that, but nonetheless, this will bring me back current, and then I will have my minimum amount due. Then over here we have Mission Lane, which the total is $600. The credit limit is $600. The total right now is $585. And I went in and paid $30.55 to bring me back under the credit amount. So the particular program I am listed with, Mission Lane, is called a STAR program. So for 3 months, I will pay $15 per month, but I need to call in on the 10th of each month to remind them, like, hey, I still want to do this program. Once those 3 months run out, if I'm not caught all the way back up, I will see what else they have available. Then we go over to Alio, and Alio, my credit limit is $1,500. I am at $1,680, so I'm over by $680. The program I'm listed with right now with Alio is I pay a minimum of $10 for 6 months. It's due on the 8th, not the actual 6th, but it's due on the 8th. Today I went in and I paid $12.85, so that's what I came up with, the amount of $1,680. So again, I'm over by $680. Premier, which is the lowest credit card. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, girl, it's only $261.75. I would have been paid that. Well, honey, if you got it to give it to me and I'll pay it off. But I don't. So since I do not have that right now, I called today and they had a newer program, which was the temporary payment program for 6 months. For 6 months, I will pay $45. And because I didn't have that today, she was able to push it out to February 2nd. And then I'll do that for 6 months. Now, ideally, when, I'm not going to say if, when I get extra income, I will throw it at this card so this one can be paid off because it is the lower amount. I know people do things differently. Some people do it based off of the interest. You do not see interest on mine right now because I cannot stress my life out like that. So I'm not even putting the interest on there. And then, like I said, this one, y'all will see that later down the line. That's something totally different. All right, so I wanted to show you how to get started. Pick up the phone. Ask questions. ask for help and write it down. All right, so this is, remember I told you I needed an extra notebook. That is what that is for. And then we're going to go in and I'm going to add this last piece where I just go in my calendar and plug in when certain credit cards are due. I just need to see the due date in front of me. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I have everything filled in. I know y'all see Planet Fitness on here. We talked about me canceling Planet Fitness. We'll cross that road when we go over the end of the month. Okay, everything is put in. You don't see an amount on Avant, but what I did say I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and make a payment of something just so they see something. I don't know what it's going to do, but we're going to try it. I'm going to go in and make one today. All right, so I wanted to show y'all how I was getting started. I'll be honest, I was a little overwhelmed initially and just was like, ugh. But I almost found myself going into that same rut of doing nothing. And I said, nope, you're going to push through. You're going to do this. So when I started doing additional things you might have saw on screen, I put the timer and I gave myself another hour to complete all of this. And I am under that amount. So today I will journal about this. I'll probably do that journal moment in my Hobonichi weeks, but not right now. So again, I went in, set up those pages for my credit card. So each month I'll go in. So the next month I'll put February, I'll put what the total is, where we are, and that's what I'm gonna do each month. So I will pretty much do that the first week of each month, just so I can see where I am after I make those payments. Okay, so that is that. I hope you enjoyed this. I mean, some of y'all might be like, girl, enjoy it. Who enjoyed it? None of us, but we're going to get up out of this rut. That's what we're going to do. So if you are on this journey, let me know how it is going so far. Have you done something in the first 3 days to work towards that goal? Don't overwhelm yourself when you find yourself trying to do what is familiar. Pause for a second and say, okay, what can I do in this moment that will get me closer to achieving my goals? All right, that's all I got for y'all. I know this video was a little lengthy, but honey, these videos are probably gonna be more lengthy than the other ones. The other ones are real cute because you get to see me setting up stuff, putting the sticker down. We ain't put no stickers, we highlighting, and we are paying this debt off. All right, so I will catch you on the next one.